What it do? I want to welcome everyone here to the Lauren Hour podcast. My girl Frozen. My girl Frozen. She in mid thought. She's in mid thought. Lord, she gonna kill me.
Oh boy. Well, hello. So
Well,
about our guest.
she gonna kill me. Okay, guys. So wait for just get back in.
Hey.
She is back.
Hi.
She is back and she
We
is ready.
missed you.
I am stressed. Like AT&T need to stop offering internet services out altogether.
I agree. I think I'm
Right.
switching back over
If
to
they offered it to you at a lower price, you got what you paid for.
And I'm like, ooh, let me save some money. No, let me just go ahead and tell Xfinity. Like, I'm sorry, Xfinity. I'm back. Like,
what? You use duct tape and bubble gum for your network? Sign me up. You know, that's not good business model.
It's ridiculous. It's trifling. But I'm here. I'm good. I'm okay.
Okay, guys. Well, let's act like we got sense today. We have a guest on. So, guys, I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Today, we have a very, very special guest. Someone who is near and dear to my heart, Mr. Art Daddy. Go ahead and introduce yourself and tell everyone a little bit about yourself.
Yes. I am Tor. I go by Art Daddy. I go by Art Daddy because that is basically exactly who and what I am. I am the father of 3. I've been doing art just about forever, my entire life. But I teach art, live art. Art is life. That's me.
That is amazing. That is amazing.
Gorgeous.
Yes. So you guys all know my beautiful, handsome co-host, Mr. Clean himself, Mr. Audacity, B-Vaz.
This is all my imaginary hair, y'all. What I think I got.
Okay.
It's all there. It's just in another universe. But well, hey guys, B-Vaz here, and coming at you from Philly, PA, as you know, here to enjoy some nice little interview process that we have with Art Daddy. Oh yeah. And we're going to make sure that we tackle all the issues.
I knew you was gonna. You know what? You get on my nerves. And then we have my girl Miss Jazz over here. She is currently aggravated. We're gonna call her aggravated woman.
That's him. But I'm about to roll a blunt on. That's how be alright.
She is. Listen, she ready to roll the blunt. We haven't even got into the topic today. So today's topic, guys, it is Mary Jane.
Oh, that thing.
My favorite pastime in current time and present time and after time and all that shit.
Yeah, I'm about to give you guys some really funny stories. I can't wait to dig into this. So today's episode, we're getting into Mary Jane eating edibles versus smoking marijuana. I am not a smoker, so I'm definitely not into that. So, but before we really dig into our topic today, I want to go ahead and interview Mr. Art Daddy. So backstage, B-Vaz had some questions that he wanted to ask him. Go ahead, B-Vaz, and finish asking your questions.
Yes, initially asking you what was like your profession, how long you've been doing, and your answer was really interesting. So what was that again?
I said forever. I've been doing art my entire life. And I've just made a business, a profession out of it. Just professionally a year ago. It's been licensed and going and elevating. It's successfully hit 27 states so far, and still climbing within that year. But I've been producing art for a very long time.
Wow.
All types of mediums.
That's real interesting. So what is this business that you run called?
Art Daddy. That's
the name.
Art Daddy.
It is you. So your Art Daddy persona is that. Do you do any streaming on that? Do you do art Twitch?
Honestly, no. I have not got into streaming yet. I am very, very kind of like behind the curtain. Love to work, but I'm not usually on camera, so this is huge for me. This is huge.
We appreciate you for coming on because I know that is very huge for you.
Thank you.
One before you get into your interview grilling process, I'm gonna extend a offer to you. If you need help getting yourself set up, if you want to do something like that, I have a connect who does it. He's affiliated. He's got like 50,000 subscribers. He makes a lot of cash just sitting there for 8 hours just painting, and his paintings are like realistic imaging of like anime. So he takes like 7 Deadly Sins, Bleach, Grand.
Oh, that's beautiful. Beautiful.
So he puts all of those in like a real life face, and it's really interesting.
Oh wow,
that is amazing. Yes. So definitely, I'm going to make sure you guys exchange information so that you can connect with his friend and, see where it goes from there. So the question that I actually have for you, since you said that you kind of made this your business, what pushed you to go ahead and take a skill set that you had and create a business? What was your drive behind that?
Honestly, it was my kids. Short story or long story short, a few years ago, I just started painting about 4 or 5 years ago. I've been drawing my entire life. So I've been creating art on different types of mediums, but I just started painting about 4 or 5 years ago. And then when I got into it a few years ago, one day I was super, super broke, just down and out, waiting, check the check, working a regular job. And I was trying to get a pizza for my daughter. I could not actually afford to grab the pizza right then and there. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to throw something together. And I just jumped on the canvas and was like, you know what? I just want to see if I can do this quick. And from that day on, it's literally elevated. And I got kind of addicted to it. I got her pizza. And, you know what I'm saying? It was just like, oh, my God. I was like, I can't believe this. It was literally like, I should have been doing this. So, I mean, and that happened a few years ago. And since then, it's been nonstop. So,
wow, that is amazing. So to my fans out there listening, and to anyone out there listening who has a particular skill set, you heard what Mr. R Daddy said. He said that he was struggling and he realized he couldn't buy his daughter a pizza, so he took that skill set. It was all, hey, listen, it doesn't matter the motivation behind it. You were motivated to get her that pizza, so you took that skill set that you had and you turned it into an income. So that in itself should encourage anyone to take your skill set and make it your business to earn you some money. That is amazing, because I know that you're young, and I'm not going to guesstimate your age because I don't know. I apologize.
Ooh, let me guess.
Okay, go ahead, guess his age.
You say young. I'm going to say he's still got a baby face. So I'm going to say... I was going to say between like 23 and 27. I'm leaning more toward like 25.
Nope, going to shock you off. He's much older than that.
Thank you.
Much older than that. If you're father of 3, think about that. He's a
father of 3 at 25.
Oh, and you're going way too fast. So, father of 3, probably went to get an education beforehand, before he started having kids, got married later in life. So he's probably 33.
Close. In between, I'm actually 30. I'm at exactly 30.
So, yeah.
Taurus, you're only 3 years younger than me. My goodness.
Yes.
Like, that's okay. I'm 33 too. Like,
dang, I'm young. Look at me.
Got married late in life. Probably met his spouse in college. That kind of stuff,
I don't believe he's 30. I think he's lying. I'm sorry.
He's not lying. He's not lying. Let me tell you.
He definitely looks younger. What I mean, like, when he's 60, you're going to look like you're 40. So I guess that's all.
But you know what? His family has very good genes. So good genes running
out. Crack unless you're smoking it.
So they got good genes? What are you guys wearing? Levi's or Wranglers?
You know what I'm saying, Brandon. Don't start with my grandma now.
He's a dad. He gets the joke.
You know, black men, we don't be wearing no. I'm not saying, but black men don't wear no Wranglers.
You don't go to Texas.
Definitely don't.
You have not
been. I don't go to Texas often. I don't know about those black men.
So you know, Texas.
Different breed of black down there.
So let's. So I have a little bit more questions for Torrance. So Torrance, I was scrolling your Art Daddy page, and I see that you do a lot of paint and sips, and you do facial paintings for children and stuff like that. Now, if someone wanted to book you, how can they book you?
Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, all of them. Just look up directly Art Daddy. Art Daddy.
Branding.
It is branded. It soon will be trademarked. But when you search at Art Daddy, it's almost impossible to miss.
Right.
But definitely Facebook.com/Art Daddy Home Decor. Snapchat is Art Daddy Snap. Twitter is Art Daddy. Instagram is Art_Zaddy with a Z.
A Zaddy.
But that's all my contact info. Simply find me on all social networks. Type that in,
Art Daddy.
Put that all in the
comment
section.
All that in the comments. But yeah, can you type that? Can you type that? No.
Yeah, production.
Okay. Yeah. So that right there, the fact that you have a gift that you're willing to share with everybody is really awesome.
Yeah.
I like looking at art as far as like interpreting it and going to museums. I'm in Philly, so there's an art museum, the Franklin Art Institute over there, and also the Museum of Art in right where the steps that Rocky ran up.
It's just regular art.
Right. Okay.
It's really good. And one of the things I've done, if you get a chance to do it, definitely got to do it though. You need to go to the Louvre in Paris. All right.
Okay.
You need to go there and you need to look at Monet. They have a whole floor dedicated to Monet. And those are some awe-inspiring paintings right there.
Oh, that is amazing. I love art museums. So I have a few of Art Daddy's paintings, and I'm going to pull them up. And you tell us a little bit about some of the paintings that you did.
I'm not in your face. Get out of my name.
Oh.
Wait, what? Well, that was for another segment, guys.
That was for another segment, but listen.
We're
mind your business.
We got something coming.
Here we go.
There it is.
Yes. So I went to your page and I seen you painting this, and I was just looking at this and I thought this was so dope. Do you remember what you were thinking when you were painting this?
Honestly, it was a mix of emotions, and I think that's why it came out like that. I'd use a lot of different mediums painting that. It was like watercolor, and then I got into acrylic. I used some spray paint. If you look close, it's actually like 3D flowers, and I started using charcoal. I don't know. I had a lot on my mind at the time. I can't say what was what. The kids could have been stressing me, of course. So I have 3. My youngest is 1. My oldest is 10. So yeah, you do the math there. And they normally have friends here and whatever else, but there's no telling what was going on in my mind. I was just that's how I kind of get my emotion out. I'm not big of a talker, so drawing is it for me.
That's beautiful. And I love that you said that your kids have most of their friends at your house a lot, and that speaks volumes to you as a father. I think that is so amazing that you are. I know you personally, but he's very hands-on with his children and his fiance. Oh, lovely lady, and I only met her I think once, and that was via chat. And I think you guys are so cute together. And I'm like, well, look at this family, this creative family. And I'm looking at your like art studio in the background and how you have everything positioned on. That is so nice. I love it. I really love it.
Thank you.
Let me go to this next picture. So this one right here, I felt like it was me. So I love this because how you have it set up outside, and it's just like, it says Zen to me. It makes me feel free. It makes my spirit feel free. And this put me in the mood to create some stuff right here. What was you thinking when you created this? Or what was the emotion behind it?
Honestly, eye capture. It was more of I needed something about that piece also. It glows in the dark. I never even put it out there, so you wouldn't even have known until you owned it. But it actually glows in the dark. So it was painted with like glow paints. At the time, I really wanted to do something. I don't know. I can't really say what my mind was, but it was just like
something else,
kind of like on edge. But I needed to kind of, you know what I mean, kind of like grasp attention, but at the same time. And I think I always use bright colors. I love using bright and vibrant colors. That's a lot of my style.
Speaks to your spirit.
So yeah, I think that's why that's how that got produced.
Wow.
There's no other way to explain it.
I love that. That is so beautiful.
Man, you don't want to know what color my spirit is.
Well, here you go.
It's
what
like
color is your
void.
spirit,
The color is void, son.
And because we gonna be talking about Mary Jane today, I thought just picking this one right here, this photo that you did on your page, was right, because I love this. It's like it feels like this is how you would feel. For me, I would feel this way like if I did an edible or something. I'd be seeing rainbows and unicorns talking to me. So this definitely popped to me, and I was just like, yes, I love that.
Thank you.
Like I'm floating.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy you you like that. I like the color contrast that you put, the green with the purple. Is that supposed to be Purple Haze on the right?
Yes, it is. It is.
Not
that's like the weed they be talking about in that song.
Yep, Purple Hills.
Purple Hills, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, Brandon, you caught on to that because my slow behind did not.
Well, one is probably the medicinal side, which is the standard, and then you got the other one that's Purple Haze, which is the one that can really mess you up.
Right.
I don't mess with it, but I researched.
Wow. Okay, because I ain't never messed with no purple nothing. No purple nurples. It's called a purple nipple, purple nurple. I don't know, something. I heard someone telling me to try, and I was like, if it's purple, I ain't doing it. But anyways, if anyone seen anything that they like on his page, I'm pretty sure most of it is up for sale. And do you do any other things like as far as like customizing tennis shoes, t-shirts?
Yes. I appreciate you. When I say I do art on just about anything, my motto is actually I'll put my paint on anything. So from anything to your purse, your shoes, your hats. I have things all over the room. I do rolling trays. So of course, you know, the topic tonight is, you know, smoking. I got like,
I got one right here.
Wow.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, you can show this one too. Show this one off too.
There you go. I mean, I always have 1, 2 around. I mean, I customize them like down to the T to anything. We do a lot. I do a whole lot. I'm trying to think accessories, clothing, of course, teaching paint and doing face paint parties has been the real big thing as far as lately with the season change. So if you needed somebody as far as face painting, and then as far as the events we've been doing, we've been putting on basically sipping paints and puffing paints. And that's where that kind of gets into it. And that's me teaching you how to paint and just setting up the vibe for you. So
you guys hear that, ladies. Now, you know, we all love to sip some wine. Like, listen, Book Torrance, aka Art Daddy or Art Daddy. If you guys are local in Akron, Youngstown, Cleveland, any surrounding areas, please contact him. We're going to put his info at the end of the podcast, but please make sure you guys contact him. If you guys want to host something in your home, maybe do you do home hosting?
Yes. I actually on my card it says I'm a traveling host and artist, of course. So I will come to your home, come to your business, come to your work if you want to have a work party, whatever it may be. And the fees are very affordable. So I know usually getting a live artist or an artist nowadays, can be,
expensive,
breaking to your pockets. But I think that's kind of why I got like so hooked into what I'm doing. I found out like, yes, I can make money, but I'm also not overcharging, and I want to make sure that everything is affordable. You know what I'm saying?
Because you want people to be able to experience what you have to offer.
Exactly. And I also wish that somebody kind of would have gave the same, like, to me. If I was younger, when I was little, I wish I would have had a face painter there, or somebody who was selling, face paint kits for very cheap. So I'm just actually trying to provide exactly what I wish, was given. So.
Right. So, yeah, and I love what you said, that you wish someone would give you that opportunity, because back in the day, I don't remember seeing a lot of people who would come to your house and paint your face. It was always at carnivals or something. Yep. And I know when I threw birthday parties, it was like always so hard to find someone who can come to your house and, do the kid's face up. And I think that is so amazing. Like, your skill set is precise. And not only is it just precise, but it's just amazing. Like, the trade that you just showed, that looked like that came out of production.
Yeah, that was nice. That was very well detailed.
Thank you. Thank you.
So
that's not even done yet. It's almost there. Thank you so much.
Oh, no problem. Seriously. You're welcome. So we're not gonna grill on you too much. We're actually gonna get into the topic today. So, Jazz, this is for you, love. This is for you, girly.
Connoisseur.
This is for you. So, I wanted to get into the topic of Mary Jane because I was having a conversation with a teen, and I had took my children to a party, and so I roll up to the party and I see everyone's rolling up, right? Like, these kids are rolling up. So it was a house party when the parents they had like an in-ground pool in the neighborhood, so they're charging like $10 for the kids to come over and swim, and have food and all this stuff. And I see all these kids rolling up, and I'm just like, son, I don't think I want you here. I don't think I want you here. And he looks at me, he's like, Mom, everybody smokes. Everyone smokes. And I'm just like, you know what? If my son is going to be at a party like this, I'd rather him do edibles. I'd rather him do edibles than smoke some weed. You know why? Because I remember the first time I smoked weed, I passed out. So that's what I was thinking. So this is why I wanted to kind of get on this episode. But I have a marijuana professional. Her name is Mary Jane. Miss Mary Jane, I have some questions for you.
What's up?
So,
you want to see what I got though?
Yes, let's see what you got.
Let's see.
Lord, he keep me by the pound. So as you all can see, Jazz must be the smoker. I know, I ain't gonna say must be. I know she's the smoker. So Jazz, so obviously for you rather smoke than do edibles. Is there a reason why you chose to smoke versus eating an edible?
Well, the first time that I even got an edible, it was a girl that I was working with, and she's like, hey, it was a square. It was like a little lemon square. And she's like, oh, it won't be bad, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay. So I eat 2 of them, and I'm just like, all right. And then it's like, that's when like the high kicks in, and I'm just like I was stuck. And it's like, it don't matter what I did. Like, I splashed water on my face. I fell asleep.
That face.
And I was like, literally, I was still high. And it was just like, it was too much. I don't know if it was maybe like too much of the weed butter or whatever she put in there, but whatever it was too much for me. So.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess my next question would be, will you get higher if you hold the hit longer? You like when, okay. So when I used to, experiment with that Mary Jane back in the day, my cousins would tell me to kind of hold it. Cause I'd be like this. I'd be like smoking like, and so
not even getting anything out of that.
Right. So my cousin took the blunt from me. He's like, man, what did you doing? Stop playing. That's not how you smoke. Why are you sitting there smoking like a white woman? I'm looking at him like, sir, what? I'm trying here. And so they have me holding in. So like they have their hands over my mouth. And like I'm trying to survive because I felt like I was dying. Like, does it really get you higher if you hold the smoke in? So like you're supposed to like, and then.
I mean, yeah, it's like more like I say the more you cough, like the higher you get. So, but that's just me.
So what does it do? Like when you cough, like it's getting through your system like quicker, or what's the deal with that? Like I don't understand.
I guess you can say. I guess you can say that. It's like, I mean, when you cough, it's like it's in your lungs, you know, like it's.
Okay, so Miss Mary Jane, professional. What's your smoking technique? Like how do you do? Like what do you do? You cut down your own, what's it called, the
cigars.
Yeah. The cigars, and then
I got a whole little setup. I have my weed, I got my little
grinder.
There you go. Hey.
What? Lord, weed come with accessories now?
Yeah.
I ain't gotta worry about, you know.
Scissors. We'll be cutting the scissors up. Be mad if you picking out sticks and stones. Like
nope. None of that. So
I had that concrete weed. What
I do my own setup, I roll my own weed, you know, like sometimes if I don't feel like doing it, you know, my husband will do it, but for the most part.
Oh, Eric's a professional weed roller too.
Oh yeah. That's my smoking buddy. Yeah.
So Brandon, and then Burby, I'm gonna ask you a question. Brandon, have you ever experimented with marijuana, Miss Mary Jane?
Yep, I can count on my hands. Unfortunately,
I lost count a long time ago.
Yeah, there was one story. I could tell you one story.
I got a story too.
My cousin had.
It's always the damn cousins.
Yeah, he was the pothead, right? And then he's like, I was telling him I was doing some work with his mom's family friend. He was doing a cement work, so I was doing cement work with him. And I was like, yeah, he's paying me for the day. And I had some cash. He's like, oh, word? Yo, give me 20 of that and I'll give you something. I was like, really? He's like, yeah. So I gave it to him. And then he came back later that night and he gave me a bowl. We did a bowl. We did two.
Wait, a bowl? Wait, hold on. You
bowl.
Hold on, wait a minute.
You lost it.
That's what my story is.
I was just like, so I'm thinking a bowl. Like, wait, $20 got you a bowl?
And he did 2 rolls of
that Puerto Rican weed?
He did 2 rolls of a joint, and then he did 1 L, right? So I was done after the bowl, the second hit. It was to the point where I was hearing an orchestra band in my ears. And I just paused and I said, wait, do you hear that shit? And he's like, what? I was like, there's orchestra playing in my head. And then we were listening to 9 Inch Nails Into the Void.
I know you was tripping.
Yeah, well, we were listening to it, and it was the one that starts with like a xylophone. And I'm sitting there, we're like going like this. I was like, yo, this song's lasting forever. It felt like the song was like 30 minutes long. So yeah, that was my out there trip that to the point where I got sick and I vomited my ass off because I wanted to eat not Twinkies, ho-hos.
Oh Lord.
Ho-hos, and I got
a story too.
So Art Daddy.
Oh man.
What do you prefer, edibles or rolling? If you smoke or do edibles or anything?
Yes, definitely. The good old greenery. No edibles for me. Edibles is different. It's like it's a different kind of high.
It is.
It's like an out of body high, kind of, sorta. I guess. Yeah, it's like an out of body.
But no, I can smoke and function just well. Yeah. I don't have no crazy stories. As far as advice, if you stressing or mad or something negative, if it ain't nothing else going, cause you lose your job, don't hit a little, You
say hit a little.
You'll be all right. You'll be okay.
So okay, I'm not even gonna lie. So I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a story. It's story time. So listen. Back in the day when I was like maybe 19, 20, I've never been like the druggie. Not even gonna say druggie, like the person who experimented too much. I was more of the clubber and the drinker. So my cousin one day was like, I was skipping school. My cousin came and got like me and my sister. We skipping school. He's like, he rolled a blunt. He's like, hey, try this. And I was like, all right, cool. Because I'm like, man, roll my cutty. He got the system in the car. He got his rims on. We thinking we just doing it. Roll the blunt, man. He passed it to me. I'm high and I'm just in the backseat stuck. I got the windows down like on my face like this, like, why won't this go away? Like I felt like I couldn't hear, like it felt like I was concentrating too hard. And I swear, like one moment I couldn't hear, the next moment I thought I was Superman because I could hear everything. And I'm sitting there like this, listen to birds chirp. Like, them bitches talking about me. What?
Were you chirping back, Smokey?
And then I was mad because we had to go back to school. My sister got caught though, because the principal, like we sneaking back in. The principal catch her at the door, and I'm like, "Girl, you move too slow." So I'm like moving fast past him. I'm in class. I'm up there staring at the blackboard, like my teacher, like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm just trying to figure out why are we trying to learn our ABCs and we in the 10th grade." You know?
Oh no!
Really bad. Really bad. So that was like the weed, like the green. Now I tried, don't be judging me now. I tried edibles. The place I wanted to take you be when you were here, the Blue Flower. I went there and I bought some edibles. I was stressed. Like you said, when you're super stressed, sometimes you need that, like just to take the edge off. So I was like, hell, I don't smoke. So I went there and I got some candy and Lord, it wasn't working. And I'm like, why don't this work? Let me just take a couple of more because I'm thinking like,
no.
Because I smoked weed before and I feel it instantly. And I'm like, why am I feeling this? I was laid in the bed, stuck and praying and asking God to help me because I couldn't move. I was laying like, I was stiff like a corpse. I was in my bed and I was like, everyone was talking to me. It was like everybody was moving in slow motion. I was hearing, I thought my husband's probably going to laugh. I told him I felt like I was living in the third dimension, but I'm not even going to lie. I swear to goodness. When I was on those edibles, I was able to see everything that was wrong with me in that moment. And I was able to take and translate, Lord.
Ooh, I had a feeling like that too. That's when I did acid though. That's the story for it. That's for a whole other show, dog.
That's a whole different ballpark.
Dog, me and my best friend used to be on some shit back in the day.
Girl, yeah, now listen. Anyways, I was able to, marijuana helped me to see my flaws and to help me create a better version of me. And I swear to goodness, I'm not lying. Like on those edibles, like you be sitting there, you be like, I could do math. Like I seen the numbers. Like I was like this doing math. Like 1 + 1 is 2. Damn, bitch. But if you switch the 1 around this way, it still equals 2. Like
well, that's some philosophical shit.
My husband took those gummies and tossed them out.
Oh, that's funny.
And looking at oh my God. Listen.
You could do it with 2 + 2. What? No, my head.
Man, I was telling him, I was like, listen, when you high, you on a different dimension. I swear to goodness, like I was in a different dimension. I'm not lying. Like he was looking at me like I was crazy. And I'm telling him, like, the edibles I had, like I walked into that shop and it's like, well, maybe you should try this lower dosage. I was like, girl, I'm a G. I used to smoke weed before. I did weed before. She was like, but these are different. I'm like, okay, bitch, you ain't told me they was dangerous. Like, yes, I was playing with my life that night.
I got a story.
If it's that good, right? It gets you to a point where you're asking dumb questions, not even answering them like you were. Like you ask them, like, man, 7-Eleven be open all the time. Like, yeah. Why they got locks? And you just like,
but wait, why do 7-Eleven have the 11?
Locks in
why
the
does 7-Eleven? Because 7 + 11 is 17. It's not 24 hours.
It's 18.
Like I was thinking stuff like that. Wait,
I think you got contact high from this conversation.
Oh, shit.
So let me tell y'all my story. Okay, so when Jazz first started smoking weed, I wasn't rolling blunts. So
you was rolling joints?
No, my friends that lived in Warren, they didn't do none of that. They were smoking out of bongs and water bongs and no, like
the big boys,
yeah, like the big boys. So I was with my friend and she was with her boyfriend, who the both of them smoked weed. At the time, I didn't smoke at all, and I'm just like, ooh, no. So they're like, go ahead. Here I was being you, like, oh, I'm a G, I got this. So my first hit off of a bong. When I say I coughed, I swear I coughed for like 30 minutes and then I threw up and I was so high. And then we went to Taco Bell and ordered $60 worth of shit. I never had so many motherfucking quesadillas in my life. Like, and I didn't even eat them all. That was the thing. It was just, I just had them. And
Lord.
I didn't smoke for a while because I was just like, I don't know if I'm ready for that. And then
I got one more story for y'all, and then we're going to head to the next question. Listen, I'm going to shout her out, and she's probably going to cuss me the hell out. Tiara Johnson. I love you, boo.
Pinky.
Yes. That's our little cousin.
Yes.
Listen, Tiara decided she wanted to hang with the big girls one day, right?
Oh,
so she's like, Cuddy, let me come with you. And I'm like, all right, cool. So my homeboy comes scoop us up. We go to my best friend Corey's house, right? So we in the basement, and his basement getting high. She's sitting on this washing machine. I'm over here standing in the corner, and she's like, she's higher than a kite. And this is her first time getting high. She's like, y'all remember that one scary movie? And we was like, what scary movie? She's like, it's called The Run. The Run. And I'm like, The Run? I ain't never heard no movie called The Run.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, yeah, you know which one am I doing? She's like, you know, the one with the girl come out the TV like this. I said, bitch, you mean The Ring?
Oh, wow.
She's so high. She's like, oh, all I could think about was Run when I seen it. I was like, oh, God, why? Like, man, listen, I'm like, we got to get her unhigh before we take her.
Lord.
Run.
And then on the way home, like my homeboy had his window, his girlfriend busted out his window. So he had plastic on his back window. And we still in there trying to get, Chief Keef. And we back there like this. She's smoking like this. Girlfriend burned the damn plastic. The plastic that melted. Man, listen, that night was crazy. She gonna kick my behind. But that's my next question. Is there a way to reduce your high quickly? Because let me tell you.
Yes, it is. When you high and you really, really high and you good and you mellow and somebody get on your motherfucking nerves, kill that shit quickly. Or something happens. Or like if you riding and smoking and you get pulled over by the cops, that's gonna kill your high too. So,
but quickly. I don't think it's that way with edibles because my kids was jumping on the bed. They was jumping on me.
Yeah, I don't know about
right in. One of them threw each other through the wall, and I still was just high as heck. Girl, yes, my daughter threw my son through the wall. I'm just sitting here high, like watching it like it's fight night. High than a kite. Literally looking at me like,
you gonna do something about this shit?
He's like, I swear, like he was talking though, but I didn't see his mouth moving.
He was talking to you with his mind. You heard everything.
And that was another thing. I thought I had EXP.
Oh man.
Had ESPN.
Whoa.
Not EXPN, girl, EXP.
Yeah,
ESPN kind of better.
It's the joke.
Wait, ESPN is better?
ESPN. It's for Mean Girl.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I've never seen that movie.
No. Get
the freak on.
Go. It's already gone. It was on Netflix. I don't even know if it's still there.
I don't think it is.
Yo,
well, let me move on to the next question. Because we was on almost 2 hours last time. So my next question is, where the hell can we find a marijuana doctor? Because I'm just wondering, like, if you get a marijuana card, will you be able to smoke weed and still get hired at jobs? Is that a thing?
I don't know.
If you have a card?
You can't get, the thing is, you cannot be impaired during your work.
While work? But you can still get a job?
Yes, of course. If they're legal states and you have the card and it's prescribed to you, you have to use it as a prescription, meaning you don't overuse and you only use what's needed, not what you want. So if they give you a sample, they give you your prescription, your prescriptions only do one per day. and you go around and you do 5, then you are abusing the prescription.
That's
wow. Wow, I never knew
and,
that.
I don't have time for no marijuana doctors, but I can take you to your local weed man and
and then the other thing
no
is
there.
if you work in like emergency services, if you're part of like first response, they have a policy in those states, you know, if it is, it's you can't do it. It's like drinking. You can't do it 12 hours before your shift. So you have
they wouldn't know.
Sound of mind, and you can't have any type of impairments. If you're impaired before you go to work, you'll be terminated on spot. And they treat it like if it was alcohol. They treat the marijuana like it's alcohol or any other drug that tells you may cause drowsiness.
So yeah, I have my next question is, do you guys think weed is stronger now than it was in the 1970s? And the reason why I ask this question is because in the 1970s, them motherfuckers was out here like really tree hugging, nothing wrong with it. But like I don't know, like the people from back then, they were more peaceful, I think. And they just didn't seem like they had a clue of anything. Was weed stronger then, or is it?
I don't think it was more that it was stronger. I honestly, no, I don't think it was stronger. I don't think so. Like my mom used to like smoke in like the 70s and like the 80s and shit. And it was more like, she didn't say it was strong, but it's like you got more for your buck. Like you could give them $20 and they're going to give you.
Oh, okay.
Like,
so they had more blunts to roll back then.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was trying to figure it out because I seen all these hippies back in the day, and it'd be this one guy, long hair, look dirty.
It's like they probably smoked like 5 blunts before they even went out there.
Well, hang on. That doesn't really. If you just went like this and that's $20, that equates to about, if you adjust for inflation, 120-pound bag.
Oh, here we go, Mr. Technical.
I mean, $120 bag. Sorry, it'll be a bag.
Musically news that was LS.
Why you gotta be so motherfucking technical? Why?
Right.
Because you gotta adjust for inflation. The 70s, like milk was like what, a quarter.
Jazz,
so my mama said that she would give somebody
LSD.
$30 to $40, and she could get a envelope, like a long.
You know how much $30 to $40 is worth today? From back then,
fucking nothing. Like, go to if you getting some gas or some Zos.
Well, I mean, I'm talking about
shit. So
in the 70s, before they had the crisis with the
acid.
The fuel
Who
crisis.
said that we had acid in the back of the day? LSD is acid.
I can believe that.
What the hell?
They went like this, went blip, and they were balls to the walls, seeing sounds and hearing colors.
Hearing colors, that's a beautiful thing.
Hear the colors and see the sound.
You can hear the colors of the rainbow. Okay, listen.
All that.
Mm-hmm. So another question I would have. So being a mom of 6 kids still in the house, what would you guys do if your children came to you and they wanted to smoke weed? Would you present them with one, smoking, or trying edibles? And the reason why I asked this, because like I said, at the party, I wasn't cool with my son going into that party just around, a bunch of weed that I didn't know where he got it from. Like we don't know what people putting in weed nowadays. Nowadays, fentanyl, crack, and you still hearing people talking about lace blunts and stuff. At least if you purchase edibles through a store or someone that I wouldn't purchase it outside of the store. But would you guys feel more safe with your children doing edibles than smoking weed?
No. Me personally, no.
No.
Like, I mean, my mama always told me, like, if I was to go somewhere where somebody was, like, smoking or something, it's like, if it's already rolled, don't hit it. You know what I'm saying? Like, have them roll it in front of you before you hit it, because they could have laced the shit before you even got there. That might be cool for them, but not for you, so. I mean, if Ivy came to me and said she wants to smoke, we going to sit down here, we're going to smoke this blunt together, and you're going to, determine, I guess, if that's for sure what you want to do, what you don't want to do. That probably sounds bad, and somebody's probably going to judge me, but I mean, there's motherfuckers out there.
No, I'm, you know what? Back in the day, I would have judged you. I would have, because I'd have been like, what the hell? I'm not kicking it with my kids. But then I presented with that issue with taking my son to that party, and I was like, dang, I'd rather him be at home in a more controlled environment, because you don't really know what's going to happen when your children is somewhere else experimenting with drugs, and you don't know how they're going to react, especially being their first time or so, Right. Like I said, I passed out. Like, luckily I was with all my cousins, but you know what? Fuck them. Because you know what? Those bitches laughed at me. Excuse my language. They laughed at me. They did. They laughed at me. It took for my best friend to call 911. And I got to the hospital and they told me, Miss Gray, smoking is not for you. And then the third time I tried it, I thought I seen ghosts, and then my cousins had an intervention. Let me not say F them because I love them, because they did have intervention.
I would never smoke weed with you because I'm gonna be like, what the fuck? Like,
yes, I am the worst person to get high with. Listen,
no,
it was all my cousins, and let me tell you, they're weed heads. They had me in the dining room at my one cousin's house, had me at the table. They said, listen, you can't smoke with us no more.
Hell no.
Because I'm not tripping. Like, maybe I had like telekinesis, because like I went to go sit down and that chair flew from underneath of me, and I just bam, and I'm like, there's ghosts in here, someone's trying to kill me. And
or maybe your legs hit it, and that's what made it.
You didn't realize it.
I mean, now that I think about it, some years later that could have happened too. I mean, but dang, like I was a pencil back then, so like me just trying to sit down, I can't imagine it. Just just maybe, who knows. Yeah,
weed ain't for you, dog.
Yeah, having bipolar and then being a weed head was not definitely for me, because it's already a struggle when you're bipolar, because you're already tripping naturally, and I'm not gonna say tripping naturally. And so then when you're high, like my cousin standing next to me at the freezer, and she's like dancing with me and stuff, and in my head I'm high, I'm like, she's trying to fight me. I'm like rocking like she want to fight, and I go tap my other cousin like, she want to fight me. My cousin like, what? And so they all surrounded me, like they had their hands on my shoulder, like, it's bad when weed heads start praying for you in the midst of them. And then that's why I am not a weed head and I don't do drugs. But
my hypocrite ass is gonna say no to both. Now, I'm going to explain. If the child of mine does not have a medical condition to where that's prescribed to her, recreational use is a no-go, because what you can do with recreational use is abuse it. And I'm not for drug abuse, because I've already done that.
Yeah, but I think with marijuana is different though, because I've never heard of no one trying to sell their kneecaps for marijuana, or trying to pawn their cats for marijuana, or, marijuana is just not that type of drug, where it's just like, because with marijuana, you always got friends who got weed. So you could be a leech. You're able to be a leech. Because we had that one friend who was always trying to come around, and I had one of those too. So I think it's different with marijuana. Other drugs, you don't, like crack, pills. A lot of people don't abuse those things. So it's harder to find people who do that. So that's why you're going to be fiending. But marijuana's like, I can go to my Cuddy's house, or it's a cookout in a black neighborhood. Everybody got weed.
It ain't hard to find some crackheads. I'm just saying, it's definitely not hard to find some crackheads. You go to Sharon, New Cat, all over there.
Even though you just gave all these examples. Again, it's treated like if it was medicine. Would you go and just take like 30 pills of Tylenol PM?
It ain't gonna get me high. I'm gonna have I pop 30. That's gonna be my last.
Think about it. No. Just think about it like in context of like, think of it as if it was prescribed to you. What would be the amount that you would need in a day to help you just be level? If that number exceeds what you would do an over-the-counter drug, like something you don't need prescribed to you, would you take more than what's needed for you to just subside whatever symptoms you have?
If you do that, you'll crack it.
Yeah. I get what you're saying, B, with Tylenol. I don't think Tylenol is a great reference. I would say
I'm just saying any prescription medicine
or hydrocodone. Like I have prescriptions for hydrocodone, and I would only take what I needed because.
Wait. You had what now?
Hydrocodone.
Yeah, codeine.
Yes, I had to have it during my pregnancies because my headaches were so bad. Like
when were you prescribed this? 5 years ago?
Yes, well, all my pregnancies.
Oh, do you still have them?
No, I don't.
See, I'm making it sound like I'm interested. But let me tell you,
no, I flushed
that's
them.
something that. Oh man, I love that one. When I was
pills isn't my forte because I don't know. Like I don't like things that I can't control. Like I can't control being high. You know what I'm saying? Like once I'm high, I'm like, no, I want to come down. So if I can't have control over like my functions, like I don't want to be high. Some people they can handle that. Me, I can't because I already have issues. Like
right. Well, that's
the joy of being pregnant. You get all the good drugs. Because when I had Ivy, when I said they gave me all the best drugs, bitch.
Hey, Shaka.
I don't know. So for me, it was like, no, it made me feel worse.
Like I said, when they gave me that epidural for that C-section, when I say I ain't feel a thing, like I had her at like 10 o'clock in the morning.
What is DMT? Y'all be knowing all the drugs.
I don't know that shit. What the hell is a DMT? I want to try, damn it. Is he trying to say? Is that what he's trying to say?
I was thinking about Diamond Tap.
He's probably saying, damn it. I want to try
it. Shaka from New York. You know those drugs in New York.
He wants to do dynamite. That's what he meant.
New fangled drugs up there.
So we got 10 minutes left in the show, guys, and let's go ahead and get to the trending corner with the Lord D, so we get through it. And because I don't want to be longer than an hour. And Art Daddy, we just held you hostage. You over here, you like these people crazy as heck.
I am a little bit crazy.
All right, let's go to the trend. Wait, hold on. That's the drug that releases the chemical in your brain while you die. What the fuck? What?
Yo, Shaka, you in a dark place right now, homie?
You
need a hug, dog?
Like, you need us to go over there?
You want to be on the brink of death? Bro, that sounds like embalming fluid.
Put 2 periods in the damn comments if you in danger, dog. Like,
Sugar, always. You gotta take me there, don't you? This dude, what?
He need a hug.
I got direct access to us.
How do they be learning about this stuff? Like, is there just a street corner where you just learn all the illegal shit? Like, listen,
in New York, it probably is. Like
Google. That's
those same motherfuckers I be walking around with trench coats full of shit to sell. So I mean,
hey, listen, I got that crack.
Okay.
I got that knick-knack paddywhack.
Literally, like
if people say that stuff is fire.
They got business cards,
hot dogs,
puppy up under that fucking jacket and everything. Like
he said, no, people say that shit fire. What? You know what? That brain probably be on fire, Lord. Shaka, we're about to get to the trending corner, homie.
Mike Tyson said, I thought the bit women that tried it.
Ain't nobody taking no advice from Mike Tyson. He out here eating people ears and all, talking about eating people kids and stuff. We ain't listening to Mike.
No. I'm gonna fuck you in the ass. Okay, your asshole. I'm gonna eat your kids.
Go ahead. Be somebody up on a plane or some shit.
Go ahead, production.
Yeah, he gave him the biz, man. He gave him the biz.
A teenager told deputies he was inside.
Breathe in, breathe out. Soon enough it will be conquered somehow.
Yo. We are back. And y'all already know what time it is. So we're going to get through this really quick. We have the trending corner with your girl, Allura D. So
Community of Lake Forest visiting a friend when 2 residents became aggressive and attacked him while he was driving his white Mercedes.
I was driving a little bit, like I wasn't supposed to be driving like that. A guy ran in front of the road, hit my car with a cone, threw a rock through my front windshield, and I knew something happened.
He and his passenger told deputies they feared for their lives.
But y'all want to smash the window? Smash the window?
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
You smashed the window, huh?
Deputies arrested those 2 residents. 61-year-old Howard Hughes, he's charged with property damage, criminal mischief, and battery. 52-year-old Donald Corsi, charged with property damage, criminal mischief, and throwing a weapon into a vehicle. The arrest report blacks out what the suspects told deputies that led up to this showdown in the street. But in a 911 call obtained by Fox 35 News, you can hear neighbors accuse the teen of speeding.
No respect. This is a neighborhood where little kids play. And you come running out here like you think you're a race car driver.
Fox 35.
So that happened about 2 days ago, and that was in Stanford, Florida. And that is the same town that Trayvon Martin was killed in by George Zimmerman. Go ahead, Jess.
Can I start by saying that he held his composure pretty well? Because I promise you, I would have been in jail for beating up 2 old white men because you got me all sorts of fucked up. Like, you got me all sorts of fucked up, period. Like, that's not even cool. Like, he held that very, very well because it's like by the time the cops would have been there, them 2 old men would have been laying on the fucking ground somewhere, and that just would have been that. Like, and I would have had to fight their kids, grandkids, the dogs, everybody. I don't even care at that, but it's like that's disrespectful.
Can we all go back to the video where he's slowly speeding through the neighborhood? I want to see that very slow speed through.
He did. Right? I seen the video because they slowed it down, but he did. It wasn't speeding like how they made it out like he was race carring. He went to go pick up his friend who lived in the neighborhood, and as they're exiting, it's like this turnabout thing.
Yeah,
the roundabout. Yeah,
the roundabout, and they went fast around the roundabout. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm 30 something. Every time I see a bend, I'm like, woo! You know.
Well, I mean,
I do it all the time.
Speeding, they probably had it like they were exaggerating it, but
they were.
People in their neighborhoods act funny.
I would have clocked both of them motherfuckers right upside the head.
They were jelly. They probably were driving Chryslers and they saw Mercedes Benz.
Those rich white people.
I'm saying they're driving Chryslers. Those rich white folk are tied up in the homes that are $8 million.
Oh, that's true though.
So they probably driving Chryslers and Chevys. You know.
Well, I bet you Howard and whatever the other dude's name is, they go do that shit no more.
They're in Volvos. They were driving Volvos, like 1980 Volvos.
So, Art Daddy, do you have anything you want to add to this? What do you think about this video? How would you held your composure if you were in that situation?
I couldn't put myself in that because I don't know if I could have. Mad respect to it though. Mad respect. Seriously. I mean, it's a sick world we live in, so. I mean, you deal with ignorance every day. So, I mean, I respect another man when they're able to hold their composure, period, with that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good with holding my composure with that stuff, but you never know you in that situation too. So.
Especially then with because what the news station left out was he was threatened with a gun by another man who walked away. So there were actually 3 men, but the other one, I don't know why he's not arrested. So those 2 men, I believe they got arrested.
The third man, he had a gun permit. I'm not sure if that's actually
true. He said he had a permit to carry the gun.
Maybe that's why.
But it's still like this is a 16-year-old. Every one of those kids were underage. And it was like, I don't know if they didn't play the video where there's a Karen in the background. You don't belong here. We don't want you here. Yeah, something like
I would have knocked Karen ass out too. I would have been laying people out left and right.
They're like telling her to be quiet and like because the thing she said, she was on the line of saying that word that might have had got her buried. But you know, but they had kept telling her to be quiet. But I'm looking at these older men. In this young boy's face, and I stopped to think, and I'm like, if this man was at least 6'7", a little bit bulky, they wouldn't have been in his face like that. They like to try.
Probably would have shot him.
They like to.
Shot him what?
They would have just called the police. The kid said that he pulled in front of him, and I'm like, this put me on the mind of Ahmaud Arbery all over again. I'm just like, okay. So did we not just watch these men get prosecuted for not minding their business? It was easy to call the police because I understand why they were upset. The kids shouldn't have been speeding through the neighborhood. Right. I agree that was wrong, but at the same time, teenagers do dumb stuff. I just told you guys I was 19 doing dumb stuff like smoking weed, you know? So
I'm about to go to that same neighborhood and speed, and I dare them to try that because I'm gonna put them all on the top of my car.
Well, there are some people who are supposed to be going to walk in that neighborhood and making people in that neighborhood feel very uncomfortable. It was just the fact they say, you don't belong here, boy. Yeah, it was just like, okay. It's not about the speaking. It's about the color. You didn't want
about and that fact that he was driving a Mercedes Benz. I'm telling you, they don't like the people like that. Have that mindset that if they see something they want to discriminate against and it's living better than them, they will hate, or living at equal to them, they will hate.
But what these
haters gonna hate?
No, but so what these white people got to realize in 2022 is that we as our ancestors, we ain't about to go for that shit. Like we ain't about to go for that shit at all.
I don't even think it's about like the tone of the skin.
It's privilege. It's privilege.
It's the privilege factor.
I believe that they think that they're above it all. That's why they don't think twice. And it's not enough people being prosecuted that's of the fear of skin.
That's
so when you start prosecuting these people more for going all the way out there ways to make people uncomfortable. If Zimmerman would have got convicted, I promise you, those people would have been thinking twice before they bit it in someone else's face.
Nope.
If Ahmaud Arbery's killers, if it didn't take so long for them to get convicted, they would have thought twice.
Nope.
It's the fact that these men know that they have money and money talks, that they can talk to these young boys like that. But they wouldn't have talked to no grown men like that because they would have been in fear of getting their wigs.
Well, the ones with Ahmaud Arbery, that really their money didn't help them out that much because they
didn't have no money though.
They was friends with the mayor of Brian.
You could be friends with the mayor and still be broke. I know rich people. I know like 3 millionaires.
But when you know people like that, they think like, oh, I could just ease my way.
Shock is getting punched in the face.
Something.
Yeah, but kudos to that young man for taking out his own.
My thing, I'll believe in the justice system when they prosecute fucking Hunter Biden. The minute that happens, they're doing their job.
We're not talking about Joe Biden.
Fuck them.
Do we see this
because rich white men are getting away with murder, right?
Wait,
I mean,
who said, "Our daddy, give me your info so I can post it."
Can't see the chat.
Oh, can you see the chat, like the messages? Just tell
I can see it.
Yeah, go ahead, give him your.
You type it in if
he's basically telling us we're over an hour and we need to wrap it up.
Wow, he's playing the thing on Dave Chappelle show.
Right.
Wrap it up. Yo, wrap that shit up, B. I mean, we can wind it down.
Oh, that's what it was called. Wind it down. Yeah.
No, it's called the wrap it up. It was really called. Yeah, it's literally called wrap it up.
Oh yeah, Daddy.
That's ridiculous, bro.
Oh, she's in Jamaica. She can't say anything. She's over there right now.
Oh man. But anyways, kudos to that young man. While you type that up, kudos to that young man for keeping his composure and just be careful and mindful where you are because teenagers are teenagers. They get cars, they get excited, and yes, his parents should give him a stern talking to. His parents definitely should, but he didn't deserve all that he incurred. So what it could have been was, listen, young man, you're driving very dangerously. You should not be doing that because. What these people don't understand, it doesn't take all of that aggression to get your message across to these teens because most teens will be respectable, especially if they already know they're wrong. And if you approach them in a manner where they can say, okay, I understand where he or she's coming from, then they'll be more inclined to listen. But don't just talk to them as if they're not people, as if they don't have ears, because most teens, they don't want to be out here into trouble. They do dumb, impulsive stuff. I did it. So let's be mindful and let's hope that they go ahead and get prosecuted to the full extent of the law. And the reason why I said that is because this is not their first time doing this. It's just their first time on camera. So go ahead and prosecute them. Let's let them get a lesson learned. And let's show the world that money does not always buy your ass up out of trouble. So I feel like, man, Jazz, I feel like I got a contact. Pass that.
You'll be all right. And drink some ginger ale and lay down. You'll be okay.
Girl, try to lay down.
Damn.
Ew.
All right. So with that, we're gonna go ahead and do our send off. Again, you guys can catch the
Why are you trying to line me down, sir?
Yeah, you can catch the Luring Hour podcast
I thought this was her show.
Nothing over here.
Hey, we already running over an hour.
Leave me alone. Okay, y'all right.
It's only 5 minutes.
Arthur Candy Kim said they weren't trying to send a message other than stay the F
away from
that
here.
was the main message.
That's what they were trying to do. Intimidate. They were trying to intimidate him.
Man, we'll come and walk all through that neighborhood and walk on lawns too. Don't play with us.
Whoa.
You know they get mad when you walk on that.
You know the care.
I be doing
the lawn looking nice.
All right, no, for real though. Let's get on track though. For real, we be getting off track. All right, so Art Daddy, I just want to thank you for coming on. We so appreciate your time, and you'll learn over here with us. We never stay on topic or we never stay on time.
Whoa,
we're horrible.
We definitely have a great producer. We just don't listen to him.
Basically.
I gotta live with him, y'all. Chill.
Yeah.
You gotta live with him.
We get off track, and then he's there saying stuff, and you're still saying stuff, and I'm saying stuff.
So thank you for coming on, Art Daddy. So Art Daddy's information is on the bottom of the screen. So it's Art_Zaddy on Instagram. And Facebook, it is Art Daddy, Daddy. So Instagram, y'all, is Zaddy, because you know it's Instagram, so you gotta be extra on Instagram.
Can I shout out my fiance as well?
Go ahead.
My business partner. Both for ladies and gentlemen, if you guys need skincare, any problems with like eczema, stretch marks, any of that, she does body butter. She does all natural like face scrubs, everything. She does lashes. She has bonnets. Please tap in with Lady Nay's Place. Lady Nay's Place, and you can probably find her right along. Anytime you go to Art Daddy, you'll see any of her stuff right next to mine. So
spell that for
Lady
us.
Nay's Place.
Yes, girl. Yes.
It's Lady, regular Lady, and N-A-E.
Yes, that's Lady. That's Lady, and then 2 Y's and Nay. So Lady Nay's and then Place. And you can go to ladynaysplace.com. And it's the same on Facebook, Instagram, Snap, everything as well.
So she do like body butters, or not body butter, but like the sugar scrubs and all that?
Yes, she does like the sugar scrubs. It's all homemade, all organic, all natural. It actually helps like treat the skin.
Let me go look.
We use it on our kids as well, on their eczema, and I have eczema as well. So
there you go. That's awesome.
She has beard oil for the guys. She has hair oil. She has a lot.
Good?
So please check in.
Do you do like the shampoo and stuff too? Because that stuff is hard to come by.
Ooh, she has a facial scrub. I don't know about a beard shampoo. I will put
I don't
that
know
in
if I want to get a facial.
How about this? You inbox Birdman. I mean, I'm sorry, Art Daddy. You
Birdman.
Inbox me her info, and I'll go ahead and I'll advertise her on here, because I have another friend of mine want me to advertise his sister. So what I'll do is I'll do it professionally though. So I'll make like a little flyer and put it up like how we just transition. That way we can get her out there and put yours out there.
Thank you.
So that's what we do. Yes.
Yeah.
Look at these young people out here making this money. It is here to be made. It is out there to grab. So let this be an encouragement to everyone. Whatever your whatever your skill set is, take it and use it while God has given it to you, and it is still going through you. Because if you do not use your gift, you will lose it. Take that, keep on perfecting it, and do not be afraid, because over here we talk on fear all the time. Do not let fear stop you from taking something that is a natural skill set of yours and earning money with it. Believe in yourself, believe in your brand. And we are out. This has been the Lauren Hour podcast. Thank you, guys.
And we finished or we done?
And we finished and we through. On Twitter, y'all.
Oh, tree, y'all.
On Twitter, y'all.